Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 154, and this turn is done after the fact. Unfortunately, we're about to hit a slew of turns done after the fact. I had a couple of things come up in life between some vacations and family illnesses and stuff like that that made it pretty difficult for me to record at the same time. It made it difficult for me to do the turns, period. But it made it difficult more specifically for me to record them while I was doing them. So I try not to do that too terribly frequently, but these aren't super far after the fact, so hopefully they're relatively fresh in my mind, and hopefully we won't be missing much in so let's jump into things. Okay, so pretty big couple of turns that we've been going through here with the attacks on the thrones. We were successful in Raphabolia. Were we successful in Raphabolia, or was that this turn? No, that definitely was. That was like last turn, or the turn before that. Anyways, let's just go down the list. So we are doing a host of different. Did I really only have this? I've got to double check my shit. My stuff doesn't look right, but we've got a bunch of Kusariku summons, a bunch of Anzu summons. I really wish I had started with the Anzu summoning earlier on in the game. I actually think I screwed up there. Like, knowing what I know now. Obviously, don't get me wrong. There were portions of time, and now is one of those portions of time, right, where it was extremely difficult for me to do something like call Anzus because of astral corruption, and me having to risk very powerful mages that are hard to replace or expensive to replace, especially with astral corruption up, right? Astral corruption being that key point of consistently being a pain point that makes it hard to do other things. If it wasn't for astral corruption, the fact that I have Gale Gate up, the fact that I get over 40 gems, air gems per turn, I'd be able to summon a bunch of Oogalus, gear them out, summon a shit ton of Anzus, and just flood the fucking world with Anzus. And Anzus are honestly amazing. Super high HP, very, flies, ignores storms, very, very killy, multiple attacks. Get something like Quicken on them, and they just go ham. So I feel like I've missed the boat on Anzus. I'm trying to make up for that, but again, there are issues. So let's keep going through. Here is the secondary issue. So, as soon as I think I'm in the clear, we're gonna break away, things are gonna go well, Lanka puts up Astral Corruption. And this is incredibly frustrating, but it is absolutely the play that Lanka should be making. Without the threat of astral corruption, without the issue of having to deal with astral corruption, like I said, I can just chain cast a lot of these different things. I can go super crazy with forging, etc., which I've kind of been doing the last little while, right since Hinam lost astral corruption. But now we're back in the boat, so we will see what we can do. But this is what I've kind of been dreading and expecting for a long time, right? Is eventually Hinam will fall, and eventually it will be, primarily a battle between Lanka and I. And Lanka's just gonna put Astral Corruption back up, which is just gonna fuck me, So we'll see how it goes. Okay, anyways, we talked about that for enough time. Let's go down what we've been doing. More Anzus, more Corpseman construction, Naiad Warriors, Infernal Tempest, some Yetis, right? This is gonna be a bad turn for us, right? Because the Astral Corruption goes up, so we summon some Yetis, get attacked by a Gore-Tide Horror, and killed. We call an Anzu, get attacked by 3 spine membrane horrors, and very fortunately we do not lose this Oogaloo. Has a little air elemental that comes with it. Air elemental is able to get in the back while the Oogaloo is paralyzed, and do some work against these spine membranes. And then the Oogaloo is able to just get some casts off, basically. And somewhat overwhelm them, I guess. I feel like he could just, I don't know, lightning or thunderbolt them once. Okay, if he were to hit them. I also feel like he could cast something, I don't know, a little bit more than Ghost Wolves. But I guess these Ghost Wolves are getting killed. So, the casting AI here is somewhat frustrating. And now he's fatigued. So, no. Somewhat surprising. Well, I guess they have attack of 14. Alright, we already know this guy wins. We get another attack on an Anzu. Belly Maw Horrors, this one wins, very fortunately. We get an attack from one of our Kusariku summoners. He dies, so lost an Ishib, lost a Gudu, kept our 2 Oogaloos, obviously the more important ones. There's been a major disturbance. This is Relay's Dominion growing stronger, and I don't know what this is. I think this is a Relay specific thing, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is, honestly. Another Anzu, another Oogaloo attacked. This one does not succeed, so we lose an Oogaloo. That is real bad, because we don't just lose the Oogaloo, right? We lose the Oogaloo and the Winged Helm and the Bag of Winds. That's like almost 100 gems, almost 100 air gems on its own. It's really crap. I kind of think that it's, I don't know. On one hand, I kind of think it's cheap that that astral corruption goes up and then all the stuff happens, right? But I also don't know that if it happened afterwards, it would be really bad for astral corruption. So kind of all over the place. Lich 1 casts Tartarian Gates and gets attacked by Abomination of Desolation. Oh shit! Does this thing have Soul Slay? It does not, which is good. Doesn't matter though. It's never. I don't think it's gonna get a chance to really do anything. It just insta-kills the Lich. Goodbye. Or Anzus. Did this fire off twice? It seems like it fired off twice. Or Tartarian Gate, so Lich 3 is attacked by Belly Maw Horrors, dies. Pyroflogos casts Purgatory. And this was in the effort to take that empty slot that Astral Corruption just took. But unfortunately, I did not take it. Sucks. And Pyroflogos is attacked by a Gortide Horror. This could be bad. Gortides regenerate a crap ton of HP, 50%. But Pyroflogos has these sort of mini colors, which is kind of whatever. I mean, it does have Killing Light, so it does an additional burst of damage. So he hits really hard, and he has a 24 damage arm or AP fire shield. Hits him with a pillar of fire right as he arrives. Almost immediately gets regenerated. Hits him with another pillar of fire, and then smacks him in the face. And honestly, that's probably kind of a big deal. Because if it weren't for that, between the flame helmets, and just the regeneration that a Gortide has, we might not have been able to, I don't know. I think we probably would have gotten him. Sword of Many Colors hits really hard, and we have really good attack. We probably would have killed the Gortide regardless. Apkalu 3 casts Dome of Arcane Warding and gets killed by another fucking Abomination of Desolation. So there's an Umu Apkalu down the drain. So really, really bad turn for... I mean, could have been worse, honestly. But 2 Liches dead, a Gudu dead, an Ishib dead, an Umu Apkalu dead, and an Ugalu dead. Between the Umu Apkalu and the Ugalu, we lost a crap ton of gems. So that's really frustrating. And then... you know, we also just have the scenario of, okay, now we have to deal with Astral Corruption again. Great. More Corpseman construction, more Yetis, etc., etc. Ugalu gets attacked from a Horror Mark and dies. Motherfucker. Ah! Ah! This one... This one feels bad to me, right? Like, this is a lesser horror, but we just don't get the right... we don't get the right things. Oh, actually, we barely even fight. It's fucking routes. That's pretty lame, honestly. Pretty lame. It happens, but it's pretty lame. We do get attacked magic phase by Relay. Cool. Relay uses a golem and a mine lord to take our province, the Holy See. They took a faraway sea from us a while back, and now they are poking at us in the Holy See. Cool. Decent blood hunting turn. Nazar the Second gets attacked by a horror, just a single horror, kills him easily enough. Gala 32 gets attacked by a Defiler of Dreams, dies. And our Bone Reader, up here in Silverfangs, gets attacked and killed by a bunch of Bellymaw horrors. So, unfortunate. Pretty few battles this turn, because we're in the phase of... we've been in the phase of mostly trying to raid Hinnom and trying not to raid Lanka intentionally too much, because we are still technically at peace with Lanka, even though, you know, I'm sniping things a little bit from Lanka's sniping things a little bit from me, etc. And, you know, we're doing, obviously, there's stuff like Astral Corruption going up and me stealing Gift of Health, etc. So we're at peace, but we're at peace. So we don't have, because of that, because there's less land for me to raid from Hinnom, and because Lanka and I are technically still at peace, there are very few battles. So we do get hit at Behemoth Rest, but we win against this Wraith Lord. Launch it real quick. It's just a Wraith Lord without any gear or anything like that. We've got Tart 20 over here with a little set of gear. Easy peasy. So he Soul Vortexes up. Skeletal Body. Yeah, he can easily take... I do really like Wraith Lords. They are really cool. They can very easily take PD, and normally pretty high amounts of PD too. But not a Tart. We get to see a fight between Hinnom and Lanka here in Traban. I don't think this is anything. Oh no, this is quite a bit from Hinnom. It's not anything from Lanka. So got a decent sized communion over here. Like 14 or so shamans, a bunch of Amis, etc. So pretty cool. Bunch of Pillar of Fire spam. Oof, my goodness. Late game Hinnom. I want to play Hinnom. I want to play Hinnom late game, and I kind of want to play a Hinnom that's like scales. Honestly, like I want to play a Hinnom that's not super crazy blessed early on, right? They're not like, you know, what's the term I'm looking for? I can't think of it. Hell blessed, you know. I don't want to play them hell blessed. I want to play them like I want to play them scales and just get to the point to where I can, because they have such good mages, right? They have such good mages, such good ability to like flit around and get into a bunch of different magic paths and do crazy good shit. Honestly, they're really strong, really strong. So that's really cool. We take range of shadow and we take realm of silence. We get hit in stone heavens by Lanka. A little bump, little raiding party. Nothing's gonna happen there, and then we attack Lanka in Erd. Little tart, full amount of PD. Their undead dies because there's no undead leadership. And there's no way this PD is going to beat Tart, so we win pretty handily there. Unexpected events, we lose some population in Gibernia to a barbarian horde, lose defense in World Pillar, get some nature gems in Tessaphon, get some fire gems in White Forest, that's pretty cool. Barbarian horde in Gibernia, but our hyped up Gift of Health province defense is able to best them. We get to see a fight in Nicaea where province defense does not win against these dire wolves. We get attacked, we get found out in Hinnom, but we do see a pretty interesting army here in Hinnom. Cool. And then a bunch of random stuff. So, this one being the big thing, White Forest has been breached. So, that is here. Alright, let's go around and about and take a look at all the movements that we've got, and then we'll take a look at what's going on in White Forest. We'll wrap things up real quick with the few rituals and forgings that we're doing. We're not doing much. Okay, so movement-wise, we are sending our new Enkidu Shaman over to Ur. We've been supplying a lot of shamans to the western front. I'm assuming that as we finish up things with Hinnom, and as we have taken Raphabolia, and we move to take White Forest, and we move to take Realm of Silence, war is probably going to break out with Lanka pretty shortly. So I want to start reinforcing the eastern side of my empire. So Enkidu Shamans that way, continuing to funnel crystal sorceresses into Ur. We got a pretty massive communion forming there. Like, I think we're getting close to the point of having like 30 or 40 plus communion members, which I should probably be spreading out, but I'm not. That's probably not a good thing, but it is what it is, so, you know. Okay, other than that, we are doing some light raiding. Again, I'm trying not to go crazy or anything like that, but we are raiding with tarts into Cloudcap and Stone Heavens. We are moving over into Modern Weld to kind of support the Realm of Silence area. We've got some vampires that we are moving into the wetlands between Vampire 46. What do we got over here? Vampire 46, Vampire 37, and Vampire 38 with some Fiends of Darkness. This is the big army that was moving away from Realm of Silence. Now, there's the possibility that this army doubles back. I'm hoping that they're gonna just go sit in Hinnom, and Hinnom's gonna try to do like a Doomstack last stand on their capital. But he could just come back with this towards Realm of Silence, and it could fuck us up. So this is relatively risky with these vampires. So if we get hit here, I mean, I kind of deserve it, you know. In the meantime, we are moving Tartarian 21 onto Realm of Silence, and we're reinforcing with Vampire 29 and Vampire 45 with some Fiends of Darkness and some Storm Demons. And this is just to kind of like try to make sure we hold this. Lanka does have a little force here, and it's entirely possible that they move that force onto the Realm of Silence. Hopefully that is not going to be the case. We've got two NCs reinforcing the Kailasan army, which is moving out this turn. And I'm a little apprehensive. It's got some supply usage here. It's got 85. And you might notice there are no supplies over here, right? I need to, and I don't actually remember if I did this or not, but there's a lab in Caves of Madness and a lab in Work Inum. I need to make some bags of wine or something like that before they get to Realm of Silence, so that we don't run into any issue. But hopefully it doesn't become a problem. We haven't really done a whole lot of scripting here. We're just kind of moving the army out. This is a very dangerous thing to do. This is a very lazy thing to do. But again, to go back to the conversation that I was having at the beginning of this video, I've kind of stumbled into some time constraints. So hopefully it will not come back to bite us in the ass. But the more pressing concern this turn is here in Realm of Silence. So we are storming the capital in Realm of Silence. We're reinforcing with Tartarian 29 just to kind of fly over there. But I don't expect that we're going to run into too many issues here. This is a pretty overwhelming force. I think Hinam pulled out entirely earlier, right? I don't think there's anything really left here. But if there is something left here, I am hopeful that what we have brought is gonna make very short work of it. A whole crap ton of storm demons, several Anzu, good force of Yetis, Kidnids, base for infantry, etc. Pretty excited about all that. All of our typical buffs, nothing new or crazy or special or anything like that. Army of Lead. Quite a few air elementals getting summoned in for this one, just in case there is a force here or he tries to like teleport something in. Air elementals have been very useful. I think a combination of air elementals, storm demons, and Anzus are going to be super useful in storm scenarios. So hopefully this goes pretty well for us. Aside from that, we don't have a lot of ritual casting and forging going on. You can see all our hammers just fucking hanging out. I should have done some more forging. Again, the Endless Bags of Wine, they're worth losing a gala over. And I actually don't... I have supply usage problems in and in Trackless Wastes. I'm approaching supply issue problems in most of my blood hunting provinces. And the Kailasan army is going to run into issues as well. So definitely need to try to fix that up, but see how it goes. So what am I still doing? I am still summoning, I'm doing 2 casts of Kusarikus, because I think Kusarikus are probably worth... my Earth Gudus are, aside from my Galas, my Earth Gudus are probably my least important caster. Summoning Kusarikus is still very important, I think, especially on the Eastern Front, where we're trying to continue to build up our forces. I'm also doing corpse construction everywhere, and this one is, I'm not sure, a good idea. The thing about corpse construction is it's a very low spell, very low research spell. It's only level 1. Right, and it's very low gems that go into it. So I think it's pretty unlikely to get tagged. It's possible, but I feel like it's pretty unlikely to get tagged for casting Corpse Construction on Astral Corruption. And Corpse Man Construction, as silly as it is, it adds up. Like having, 100, 200, 300 corpse constructs is pretty nice, especially, we're very hardy, thanks to Gift of Health, in our own territory, but we're not as hardy attacking into enemy territory, whereas corpse constructs are still pretty beefy in enemy territory. Like, they have a base 25 HP, so that's pretty good regardless, Probably still not worth it, and I will probably stop doing it It's probably only going to take one person getting got, one of my empowered air liches getting got for me to be like, nope, not worth it. But watch, it'll be like all 4 of them at the same time. Anyways, we're also doing an Anzu casting here in Trackless Waste. This was a mistake, I believe. I just think I forgot to take this off. So hopefully we don't get punished for it. We are doing Forces of Darkness, Curse of Blood, 2 Infernal Tempests. Those will continue as long as we can continue them. We're not, you know, that's... We're very reliant on Storm Demons and Fiends of Darkness right now, and vampires as well. So, and then we've got 2 Demon Banes being forged over here. I don't mind losing an Ishib here or there. I think Demon Banes are pretty important for us right now. So, yeah. Anyways, okay, that is it for the turn. I think we're probably pretty good here in White Forest. I'm much more concerned about Realm of Silence and getting the Kailasan army over there in time to take it. And once, if we are successful, right? If we're successful in White Forest, if we're successful in Realm of Silence, and we have pushed our Western front over, and then we've taken all of these thrones, we'll only need one more throne, you know? So then it goes back to Javalkish or Sleepy Wolds. Or I guess, I mean, technically to Grainport and Sleepy Mountains are our other options, right? We don't really have a chance at Sea Untamed, and I'm not sure we have a real chance at Uin, but I mean, we've got this Ishib force that I'm kind of considering, like, playing around with over here in Tenera. The kind of concept of, like, an amphibious assault. Like, maybe we could... during a big battle, maybe we could, like, or during a big battle, during, you know, war with Lanka, when attention is focused elsewhere, maybe we could go pop. But that's gonna be, it's gonna be real dicey. And we'd have to come up with other amphibious options. Are Kidnids amphibious? Kidnids are amphibious, I believe. Have any Kidnids here? Yeah, I do. Kidnids are amphibians. So Kidnids could be good, but we'd have to start summoning a shit ton of Kidnids up here. Anyways, that's going to be it for the turn. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.